So obviously all eyes on Lonzo, no doubt. He's got a target on his back. We know this, Stephen A., as they face the Wizards tonight on ESPN. How worried, though, should Lonzo really be?
Well, he should be very, very worried, no question about it, because the last time he's faced somebody with this level of speed and quickness, it was against De'Aaron Fox in the NCAA tournament, and we know what happened to him in that particular matchup. He got 39 dropped on him in the NCAA tournament, and UCLA got sent home. There are levels to this, and John Wall is on a different level. He's averaging 24 and 10 this year. I mean, if you want to look at Lonzo Ball and say, where's the hope is you lay off of him and just give him wide open jump shots all day long, because from three-point range right now, John Wall's shooting 11%, hit like one of his 9 three-point field goal attempts. But that's about all that there is in terms of a weakness in his game, unless you want to point to fatigue from Game 7 after Scott Brooks ran him into the ground during the Eastern Conference semifinals against Boston last year. Here's the reality of the situation. Lonzo Ball's a rookie. Very, very nice kid, averaging 13, 9, and 8, shooting 29% from 3, 34% from the field. He's not on this level. He's not ready for somebody like John Wall, and neither are the dudes backing him up talking smack. You're Brandon Ingram. What the hell are you doing running your mouth for? You can't mess with John Wall either. Don't understand that one. You're going to look out for your teammate. Excuse me, your teammate needs to handle his business. You got to play team defense because you guys got to suffocate the lane, because John Wall is going to blow by Lonzo Ball anytime he wants to. And that's assuming Luke Walton puts Lonzo Ball on him. He might be nice, show the kid some mercy, and not put him anywhere near John Wall, because that would definitely be hazardous to his basketball health. But in the end, what it comes down to is simply this. LeVar Ball, once again, has essentially deposited checks. His son is going to be ill-equipped to cash, but it's not Lonzo Ball's fault. The Lakers are not that good. We understand that. They're on the come up. We wish Lonzo Ball well, but John Wall is emblematic and symptomatic, rather, of the mentality that a lot of guys in the league have. As Jamie Foxx confirmed, Max, when he was on the show last week, as I've been telling you for months, Max, I'm running into a lot of cats that they hold nothing against Lonzo Ball whatsoever. They think he's a bright young kid, high basketball IQ with some skill, and they wish him nothing but the best. But his father has talked so much that all of these dudes want to go at him. They're going to go at him anyway, and we get all of that. But when you got an 82-game grueling regular season schedule, people must understand that guys look for the slightest element of motivation to get at somebody on a given night. And LeVar Ball gave that to John Wall and the Wizards for tonight's game. And I think John Wall is going to go at him all night long. And the only hope is to lay off of him and make him shoot the jumpers and hope they don't fall. Because if he can get into the lane, he's going to do it all night long.
No, he shouldn't be worried. Be worried? What good does that do you to be worried? Look, Lonzo Ball has perfected the millennial, although they said this about Gen Y and Gen X too, the millennial, whatever face, right? Who?
Gen Y, and who did you say?
That's the
I'm lost. You're lost. Who's that?
Gen X, Gen Y, and millennials. I'm referring to generation.
Oh, you're talking about Generation X. My bad.
Yes.
I'm saying Generation.
Yes. I'm just saying that the older generation always.
I thought you were pulling out one of your movies. I'm sorry.
No, this is what I'm saying, that since the baby boomers, who weren't accused of this, although some were, the succeeding generations have always been accused, the young people, of not caring, being apathetic, right? So, but I notice it, right? And they said it about my generation, Gen X, and I see it in the millennials, whatever. It seems like they don't care. But Lonzo Ball, it seems to me, does actually care. He's just not sweating it like that. He's perfected the, whatever face. And that stuff actually should help him if he really feels it. And I believe, growing up in that house, that he probably does know how to handle that stuff. It's going to help him. He's not worried. He welcomes the challenge, it seems to me. And this idea that LeVar got to watch out and this and that, LeVar says bring it. And only time will tell if he is the kind of helicopter parent who really hurt his son because he lived vicariously through him and imposed the stuff he wanted. It's easy to live, to write checks when you don't have to cash them, when someone else has to. Or maybe, if that's just the way LeVar is, including with himself, and Lonzo has learned that and inherited that from LeVar and turns out to be the same way, and in the end it's a success story. We don't know. And I'm a little cautious to criticize parents for that kind of stuff, right? The way they raise their kids, even talk about their kids, because none of us really know. You know, so far, LeVar Ball can say, let me do it my way, you do it your way, everyone else. Let's see how the chips fall. And so far, Lonzo Ball seems like a really nice guy.
Well,
went to UCLA, is playing in the NBA. I think plenty of people hope their kids turn out like that. So in terms of, and Scotty Brooks even brought this up, Stephen A., since we're on the topic of LeVar and the pressure he's bringing to Lonzo. He said, my dad split when I was 2. I wish my dad was around. You know, when we talk about those kind of parents, we're talking about comparing them to what we believe, not that we know, but what we believe is optimal parenting. But that's not like a physically abusive or absent parent or a parent whose son or child hasn't achieved a lot and they seem to have a good, close, loving relationship. So I don't know if LeVar's going around talking and everyone wants to bring it to him. You know who John Wall can't get around? No one. If John Wall's trying to torch someone, he will torch someone. There's not a man alive who can stop John Wall. What are you going to do one-on-one? And that includes Lonzo Ball. Lonzo's not worried about that. Lonzo's worried about helping his team try to win. And I love the fact that Ingram or whoever else on that team, these young guys champing at the bit, competitive, not wanting anyone to talk about their guy. Of course they're going to get it handed to them. They're no good yet. But I love that attitude and absolutely not.
But you would love
Lonzo Ball should not be worried. It does him no good, and I don't think he is anyway.